want to share with you about my worst single Mother's Day ever. It was the day that I did not want to get out of bed. I was exhausted and sad. Now, it was Mother's Day, and I felt so alone. I had woken up just missing my own mom and my dad, who had just passed away, and my son. It seemed like from both ends, as a daughter and a mother, Mother's Day was just so sad for me. I was struggling so much to just get by at that season, just raising my daughters. And it was a hard season. We'd been devastated from hurricanes and 5 moves. I'd lost so much and was really struggling emotionally, financially, spiritually. Well, you can just imagine. Worst of all, I had lost my father, my rock, just the month before. Well, that morning, it just hit me really hard that I was an adult orphan, yet I still felt like a young woman who needed her good parents around, who knew her better than anyone in the world. Can you relate? I was throwing myself a genuine pity party from under my covers, and I refused to get up. But I did want a nice cup of coffee. And it is my favorite time of the morning when it's so peaceful and quiet in the house. About a half hour later, I gradually rolled out of bed, still putting forth the least amount of effort possible. I slipped into the kitchen and made a large cup of coffee and headed back to my room, jumping back in under my covers, but first walking by dirty dishes and over clothes on the floor. Well, it was Mother's Day anyway. Mother's Day is such a special day in my heart because I did have such a good mother. Now, she died too young when I was only 31 years old, and my Amanda was only a year and a half old. Amanda is now 21, and I've had so many questions that I would have asked my mother. For example, how is it that you could make being a mother look so easy? And how did you raise me to love and honor you? And how could you say, I've loved every stage of your lives, and each stage has its own beauty? Me responding back then, oh, I can't wait. Me now, you lied to me. Oh, wow, man, I had no idea how hard it would be, and especially as a single mom. Post-divorce and teenagers in rebellion. So many nights I would ask myself, when will they stop hating me? Feeling the complete bad mom syndrome too. Yet when I asked them, they'd say, I don't hate you, Mom. I love you. Well, let me tell you, it sure didn't feel like that at times. I relied on this. Let's call it my mommy mantra. And it's really adapted from 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 4 through 10. But I say, have faith and bring it to the table. Then add in a cupful of goodness and pour it all over the place. And then build on your knowledge and apply it in baby steps, allowing your yes to be yes and your no to be no. And then persevere for basically what feels like forever. Yet be patient with them and with yourself, continuing to apply good godly principles to your life and theirs. That's probably a pretty good mommy mantra, wouldn't you think? Well, even more so as a single mom, this has served me well. Even on those days or mornings when I don't want to get out of bed. Last year's Mother's Day certainly started out as my worst pity party ever. Totally orphaned, feeling alone, the bad mom because I had descending teenagers and I couldn't even save my own son. Those thoughts just start taking you down a deep pit. And it was a rough road. I was having a rough time. But then I applied the principle to start my day in faith and gratitude. And I began saying, God, I am thankful for my daughters, my son, my parents, my family, and those with me and those with you, those in heaven and those on earth. I am grateful for all that we have and all the love in my life. Help me feel peace and love today. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for a good mama and father. I am grateful for this day. It will be a joyful day. And just kept that repeating in my mind and I started to feel my sadness lift. And I started up and out of bed again and went to open my door, and I hear, "No, Mama, stay in bed." Me thinking, no problem there, but can you bring me some coffee? Well, I jumped back into bed and again deep down into the covers. Two of my daughters, Ava and Demira, came to my door, and Ava said, "I made you breakfast, scrambled eggs with lemon juice squeezed in." Well, that was surprisingly delicious. And a big glass of Mighty Maca and a side of strawberries. That's a good way to start the day. And this was not expected. Little random acts of kindness can be so impactful. So my prayer and wish for you today is that you feel love and peace today with a good dose of laughter and self-care, because you are so precious. And this Mother's Day, know that you are truly loved. Being a mom starts with a heap of faith, and as it says in the Bible, to that add goodness, and to that add knowledge, and then patience and perseverance. And boy, they should have said a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance. But again, this has served me well, and now my family is restored, and all four of my daughters will be here this Mother's Day with me, and they're all doing really, really well. And I am so proud of who they have become. Yep, despite my flaws and my mess-ups too. Well, this I'm sending to you with lots of love from a mama doctor. Thank you.